Just remember that Pop Culture Minefield, when it's discussing rumors, are just rumors. You have to take them with a grain of salt.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and/or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissel.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. That's some guy named Keith.
And that's obviously Gerry.
Who else would want to be me? So we're here to talk about some nerdy nerd news. And, well, the big news, holy crap, came down pretty quickly. I mean, suddenly out of the blue yesterday, Bob Iger steps down. And lets everybody know that Bob Chapek is taking over at Disney as the new CEO, while he steps into a more creative role as, what was it? What's he doing, Keith?
He's still heading up as the main guy for the board. And basically, the only thing he got out of all the jobs that he had was just being CEO. So all the other jobs that Bob Iger has, he still has. Okay? His explanation for doing it the way that they did was mainly because when he took over the role of being CEO, it was pretty much like he was thrown into it. He had no time to really prepare for a job of that magnitude. And it wasn't like the last guy that had the job was going to make any time to help him through it. And considering how much stuff they have going on, I mean, Disney CEO is a major job. And there are so many things going on and are in motion right now. You cannot afford to have whoever comes behind Iger to screw it up. You cannot afford to have any major screw-ups in that position. So
right.
To me, it makes sense. And again, his contract's not over until next year, the end of next year. I'm hearing December of 2021. So it actually makes sense to put somebody else in the big seat. And it's a guy that's actually been with Disney for quite a while. His name is Bob Chapek. And what little I know of this guy is that he seems to be a little bit of a penny pincher.
Yeah, he's a purse pincher, right? Yeah, watches where the money goes.
That might not be a bad thing, considering that one of the complaints that's now starting to reverberate through the industry, and even a few fans have mentioned, is the fact that a lot of these films are being made for outrageous sums of money. And you're starting to see that some of these major blockbusters are being made for way less money. And if Bob, too, Mr. Chapek,
right,
can figure out a way of making that the norm with these big movies, he will in turn then be able to give them more of what we've gotten used to from Disney, but on a much cheaper scale.
Yeah, because, a lot of people have, and some of the people that we follow have really come down hard on Bob Iger. And I do, put Bob Iger at the center of blame for a lot of things that went wrong. But a lot of that,
he would gladly take it.
But the thing is, though, I want to commend him on something, is that he gives these companies a lot of rope to either go and make something with it or hang themselves with it. And Marvel, with Kevin Feige, went and made a lot of money. While
Pixar makes a lot of money. The Hensons make a lot of money. I mean, everybody pretty much does their job, except.
Oh, wait. There's somebody not carrying their weight? Who is it?
We've had a few.
Are you insinuating that it's Kathleen Kennedy?
No, I'm not insinuating.
No way.
I'm just saying that the financials overall are really in their favor.
What's that joke about cops? It's like and being left to need them. It's like when seconds count, cops are minutes away. When when billions are needed, Kathleen Kennedy's got your millions.
That's good. Look, again, for all those people that like Kathleen Kennedy, and again, I like her myself.
Right.
But as the head of Lucasfilm, her tenure has not been that good. And for someone who...
been, I'm going to say these words, and this show is not for children, fucking awful. She has been absolutely fucking awful.
Look, the only thing that would have been worse for her is to have all of the new Star Wars trilogy films not make any money at all. So the thing is that you have these people that like to argue that The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, hey, they made money. Well, yeah, they made money. That's the reason why she wasn't immediately fired. But it's the money that is made on top of that, outside of ticket sales, toys, other products, everything else.
Because the toy manufacturer has been on the verge of pulling out because there's just no money being made on Star Wars right now. Nobody's buying the toys.
That's the thing that you have to see. This is
trying to remember, is that Hasbro or Kenner? Who is it that makes the Star Wars toys?
It's both Hasbro and Kenner.
Okay,
but it's mainly Hasbro.
And Hasbro was the one that was wanting to pull. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. In corporate filmmaking, everything is bigger, which means more things count as far as success. You can't just go with how much a movie makes in the theater. You have to also go with how much it's able to bring in as far as revenue outside of that, whether you're talking television or, as I keep saying, products, toys, T-shirts, shoes, the whole like. And when The Force Awakens came out, because the movie made so much money, $2 billion, the merchandising for Star Wars did all right.
Oh, yeah.
Since then, every Star Wars film that was part of the Skywalker saga that they come out with has done worse when it comes to the merchandising.
Well, it's because, the fan base is who buys those toys. And you start mucking around and fucking with the fans like Rian Johnson did. The fans go, okay, we'll take our money and go. And I love how a lot of that, anti-fan base crowd is like, just watch the movie and buy the toys and shut up. And it's like,
pretty much.
No, we're not gonna.
And this is something now that we've seen not only with Disney. We have seen this with CBS and Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously, for all you people out there that's still talking like, The Last Jedi was good. Well, okay, you can like The Last Jedi. But all those people that you're talking trash about or that you're mad at, you need them to start buying more toys and T-shirts.
Yeah, because without them, you don't get any more Star Wars.
That's right. A lot of you guys out there aren't pulling your weight, even if you are a fan of The Last Jedi.
Oh, they're good at lip service. They're great at lip service, but when it comes to backing it,
and that's
no backbone.
That's the reason why Discovery hardly has anything, and Picard has next to nothing. Zippo. And this is corporate entertainment now. This is the big league. This is bigger than what it was ever. I mean, a lot of people are basing now success on the way success was defined 10 years ago.
Right.
Okay? You got to catch up now. It's 2020, and your success isn't just at the box office anymore. You've got to have box office success, and you have to have merchandising success, or else, you're like that movie that costs $50 million and it makes $200 million at the box office, which is good compared to a movie made for $25 million that somehow magically makes $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's not helping your case.
Talk about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. So,
and speaking of
connected,
box office, we had the announcement about Indiana Jones 5. And in
exactly what I was getting ready to lead into. Because, we're talking about Kathleen Kennedy, and it's a perfect segue to go into the next thing, which is the joke I heard today, cracked me up, was Kathleen Kennedy makes another director quit. Because, she worked for Steven Spielberg. She was his coffee girl. She was also the woman that apparently put him in his place once when he was being an ass on set. And I've read that story. He relayed the story. But the fact is he's not interested in doing it. And a lot of the rumors going around is it's Kathleen Kennedy. He doesn't want to, that there's all this bad blood. And it's like, no, that's really not what it is. I really believe him when he says that he just feels that it's time for somebody new to take over for a new audience. Even though technically this has to be the last Indiana Jones. My God, he is actually older than the old guy with the eye patch on the Indiana Jones Chronicles, or Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Yeah. Harrison Ford is older than that actor was.
But he still is of an age where they can still do more stories, and it just won't be in the way that many people like to think about Indiana Jones, and ultimately you can't just take things and redo them. You have to. I think when if Harrison Ford is to be the person that will be the only one allowed to play this part, I say play it out the way that it goes.
Well, he should die.
I know a lot of people
kill the character off.
And that's the thing. I don't think they're going to do that with this movie because
they've got James Mangold.
Yeah, well, now it depends. It depends on the setting of the movie. Okay,
Old Man Jones.
Unlike with a lot of other stuff with George Lucas, I think it would be very bad form to toss out all of the stuff that George Lucas put into with Indiana Jones. And given that is the case, that means that while Harrison Ford is a man of a certain age, he has not reached the age to which Indiana Jones will reach when he dies. And depending on when that is set, then you're not going to have it. And from everything I'm hearing the 1970s, which isn't even close as to when he's going to die. Okay? For those of you out there.
I do want to point out that our guy, Mikey Sutton, has his money on Mango killing him.
You know what, man? They could make it to where they do it. But to me, that would have to be a flash forward in the story, because the official history of Indiana Jones is that he's going to die exactly 100 years after he was born. So that puts him closer to like 2001, right around there. So he's not going anywhere. And if the story is, like I keep saying, if the story is set in the 70s, he ain't dying. So, you got a lot there. And again, it gives them, even if Mangold kills him at the end of the movie, if they do the flash forward to keep all the continuity of the character going, that means you can still have a few more movies from when this one ends and when his ultimate death happens.
Well, I'm hoping that they finally bring in some Nazis again, because the best Indiana Jones films had Nazis in it. And it's not a coincidence because it's so easy to root against the Nazis. And the fact is, they seem to have just forgotten that Nazis were still active going into the 70s. They made the film about it, the Odessa File, and we know that a lot of the Nazis had built up a power structure in South and Central America. And,
see, that would be the perfect place, considering where the last Indiana Jones movie went. It'd be kind of interesting to see Indy take another adventure down to South America. That'd be great. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see on that. I look at it this way. You have now what? Kathleen Kennedy will definitely be one of the producers of this movie, along with her husband, Frank Marshall. So here you have another opportunity for her to put more of what she herself wanted to do, and having more opportunities for women and people of color to have control, to have a way into the business, and you put James Mangold. So obviously, Kathleen, you're not really running things, because this is another opportunity for you to have at least another, a woman sitting in that seat directing a major movie, and you failed again.
Yeah, because I don't think she is the one in charge. I still think that Bob Iger had been calling all these shots, and now Bob too is going to be calling those shots. Because I think she's been what's that called? When you have your heels cut. So.
Oh yeah.
Did you say something, hon?
I know what you.
What?
Tendons.
No, there's a special hobbled.
Hobbled, yes.
She's been hobbled. I guess that's what you got more to add.
No, I was just going to say. I was just going to say. I mean, to me, it seems like, what is the point if you really can't make any major decisions other than just being able to walk around and show up to work every day? And
it's the crown and the money. It's the crown and the money. All right, buddy, that's it. We're gonna reach an end. All of us, we're gonna finally all get to have that Wizard of Oz moment where we get to sing "The Witch is Dead." Ding dong, the witch is dead. That's for some of us. For me, I'm just hoping that, when that time comes, that she's already made plans to start her own production company. And as I keep saying, Rian Johnson better be the first or second person ready to go with a movie for her production company, because Rian Johnson owes her big. Because pretty much, I'm not saying he is the only reason why she's in this position, but I'd say he at least shares 65% of the blame. Oh, yeah.
He's in this position.
I put it closer to 50-50 because she empowered him. And so there you have it. All right, guys, that's another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. We spoke our mind. We said stuff, but it was all nerdy. So that's Keith.
That's Gerry.
And we're out of here. Get off the lawn.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Remember, you can find us at Pop Culture Minefield on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you again.
Y'all come back now, you hear?